So what's my everyday carry when I'm up here on the mountain? Well, we're going to go over that in just a little bit. And at the end of this video, we're going to have a bear spray demonstration. I don't think you're going to want to miss it, so stick around. Hey everyone, it's Jeff here with Quick Overnight Camp. Bruce and I are back up on the mountain today and we picked a gorgeous day for it. It's, gosh, it has to be about 70 degrees right now, or getting close to it, and no wind, just a gorgeous day. Doing something a little bit different today. There's not going to be any overnight camping tonight, but someone did ask me, they were wondering what my everyday carry is when I go camping or do adventures up on the mountain or on the trail. So we're actually going to go through that real quick. All right, so I usually have three things on my belt when I'm out here on my little adventures. I have this handy little holster, leather handmade holster, and it contains two items. First and foremost, probably the thing that I use most when I'm out here is a multi-tool, and I choose the Leatherman brand multi-tool. I've had a number of them over the years. When I was in the military back in the early 90s is probably when I had my first one, and ever since then I've always had a Leatherman tool. This particular one is the a Leatherman Signal, they call it. It's actually specifically made for these types of things, camping and outdoor adventures. Of course, it's got your knife and it's got your pliers, has a file, and it's got a number of other tools, screwdriver, can opener, all kinds of things. But what's kind of neat about it is it actually has a little hammer on it right here. You can use it to pound in tent stakes or other things or whatever you need it for. There's also, what's really neat, is a fire starter on this. There is a little steel on it and a flint right here, and it actually does make sparks. But I've never used this to start a fire because, like I said in my last video, when you've got a 99-cent Bic lighter, it just doesn't get much easier than that. But it's right here if you need it. And it actually has a whistle on it too. This little yellow thing down here, you push a button and it falls out, and there's a whistle, safety whistle, in case you need it. So first and foremost, Leatherman multi-tool or multi-tool, but I carry a Leatherman multi-tool. The company is awesome, you can't beat them. The next thing that I have in that holster is a flashlight. My last video I shared with you, I showed you my headlight that I like to use, which is a Phoenix brand headlight, and it really lights the forest up, but I like to carry this on my side too. For, I don't know, if you don't have your headlight handy or just for a backup. This is a Streamlight brand flashlight, has a rechargeable battery, and again, this here will light up the forest as well. So those are the two things that I have in this holster. I want to show this holster to you too. I got this probably going on 4 years ago. It was specifically made for a Leatherman tool and that type of flashlight that I just showed you. I actually answered an ad on Instagram and ordered it. It took about 3 months, I think, 2.5, 3 months, because they're handmade, and I absolutely love it. Every now and then I'll take some boot oil and rub it in there to make it nice and soft again, just to take care of it. But this is certainly one of my everyday carries. On the other side of my belt, I like to carry this Gerber camp knife. No particular reason why I chose Gerber. I probably got this thing, I don't know, 12 years ago, something like that anyhow. and it's just a good, durable camp knife. You can pound on rocks with it, you can dig in the dirt with it, you can split kindling with it, which is what I use it a lot for, but of course, obviously, you can cut with it, you can use it for self-defense if you have to, but just a really good, strong, durable camp knife. So I recommend that. Not necessarily a Gerber or this one, but something like that. Something that's not going to break easily like a regular knife would, but just a really good, strong camp knife. And another thing I carry, if you've seen my other videos, you've noticed it before. I carry a Taurus 9mm handgun with a chest holster to make it handy to grab, and that is certainly for protection against bears or mountain lions. And this one has a holder for an extra magazine. So yeah, I've never had an issue with a bear up here. I've seen a number of bears. I've come across bears on the trail, and every time I've ever come across a bear, I've never had any kind of weapon with me. And as soon as they see me, they split, take off. But there's always that one that could have a cub and wants to protect the cubs. So I carry that just in case. Hopefully I never need it, but I do carry it just in case I do. And of course, mountain lions as well. Most people are actually afraid of the moose up here because the moose are a little more aggressive and more brave than a bear is. So there's that as well. And I have carried bear spray before. I just don't have any with me right now. But I'll probably get another can here pretty soon. Walking around out here, I noticed a couple fire starters. Here's some Old Man's Beard. Excellent fire starter. And over here, some pine sap. You can see it here. This stuff burns super well. Peel it off of there. It's super sticky, and it as soon as you put a flame to it, it takes off. And you can find that, and it smells super good. And you can find that all over the forest. You just gotta look on the sides of these pine trees. Another item that I carry quite often is bear spray. And I'm assuming that a lot of you also carry bear spray, but my question to you today would be, have you ever sprayed a canister of bear spray? And I think that is a very important question, because what if you do encounter a bear or a moose or something else like that out on the trail or out where you're camping somewhere, and you go and grab for your bear spray, not really knowing how it's going to act when you push that button, not really knowing how far it's going to spray, not really knowing where you should aim it, up, down. So I think it's really important that we should actually spray a can of bear spray so you have some kind of an idea. I know a lot of times when I've been on the trail and I have a bear spray in the holster on my hip, I sit there and go through the scenario in my head. Okay, if I run into a bear, I'm going to grab my bear spray and I'm going to spray, and I would be totally uncomfortable with it. So I think it's really important that we actually practice with some bear spray. And I did that a few weeks ago. I took a can of bear spray out and sprayed it. Just wanted to see how far it would go and how it would react. And it was a little surprising. So what I did is I ordered a couple cans of inert training bear spray. It acts like the real thing, but it's not obviously real bear spray, so it's safe to spray if you get it on you. So what we're going to do today is we are actually going to spray a canister of bear spray to see exactly what it does, so there's no surprises. And I would recommend that you too at some point would order a can or two of this and practice it before you go back out on the trail, just to get a handle of, just to get comfortable with it, somewhat comfortable with it. One thing I will say that really surprised me when I did spray that can a few weeks ago is it's gone like that. I mean, it's 5 seconds, and I think it says that on the can, maybe 5 to 7 seconds, and it goes fast. So let's do that. Let's see what happens. All right, so we're going to set these 3. I got 4 actually, but I think I'll just, well, I'll use all 4. I'll put one at the starting spot, and we'll put one at 10 foot, and we're going to put one at 20 foot, and we're going to put one at 30 foot right here. So from here to here is 30 feet. So let's see what it does. So one of the things you're supposed to do when you aim the bear spray is you're supposed to aim it in a downward angle, not too far down, but I think the inclination is, if you've never done it, again, that's why I think it's important. If you should practice with it before you get out there in the real world. I think one of the inclinations is to get it and just spray. Well, if you hold it at this angle, that spray is going this way. A bear's face is more down this way. So you want to aim it downward, and you want to go back and forth in a sweeping motion so it spreads that spray out. Better chance that bear gets it in its eyes and in its mouth. That's why it's important to practice so you're comfortable with it, so you at least know something about it, where to aim it and what it's going to do, how it's going to react when you push that button. So you put your finger through the hole, and it's got this little safety stop up here. Before you spray it, you have to pull that off. And don't worry, if you want, you can put that back on. If you pull it and don't use it, you can put that back on. So to spray, you pull that off, drop it, aim it, and press down right there, and it's ready to go. Most bear spray cans will say that it'll reach up to 30 feet. So like I said, that furthest cone is 30 feet. Obviously wind is going to affect that greatly, and we do have a little bit of a breeze today. It's not bad at all, and I'm going to wait until it goes down before I spray the inert training unit of bear spray. So we're going to see how far it goes, see how it reacts. So here we go. One thing I want you to notice when I spray this is see how fast it empties. Here we go. And there it is. I would say that probably went 20 feet. That second cone is 20 feet, and I say that's about how far it went. It's kind of hard to see, but we'll get another angle of it for you too. Okay, so that cone right in front of the camera there is 20 feet. I'm standing 20 feet away from that cone, so I'm probably standing about 22 feet away from the camera. Hopefully, let that wind die down a little bit. Hopefully you can see this the spray pattern. So here we go, and here we go. Looked like the majority of it went to 20 feet, and the breeze is kind of going that way, and it started kind of to drift that way. But I guess if it was calm out, they would have went to that 30-foot cone. That's possible. I can see that happening. You certainly want the wind at your back. I think that's the key to this thing, but we don't get to choose that all the time. So hopefully that showed up on the camera. I'll find out here in just a bit. Like I said, I think it's kind of important to do that just so you kind of have a feel for it. You know what to expect when you pull that safety switch and depress that trigger. You at least know what to expect. All right, everyone, that's going to wrap up our video for the day. I hope that you found something informative. We sure had a good time making it. We'll see you on our next quick overnight camp. Have a great week.